man to get the ball.
This is UMAR AHMED for IFL TV in association with MTK Global. We're in New York City. It's fight week. I'm liking the t-shirt, Frank.
I know, I was with me yesterday, he gave me this. I like it.
Where did you get it from?
Just about fits me, it's a large, which is a bit concerning. I don't know, he got it from the hotel where we were yesterday, someone gave it to him.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. I wish they had an extra large, to be honest.
Yeah, it's a massive fight week here, Madison Square Garden. We'll come on to it, but there's a few topics that we'll discuss first. Just a couple of things to run through. Murat Gassiev, big signing. Obviously, it was well rumoured that was going to happen anyways, but yeah, another cruiserweight moving up to heavyweight, and a good signing for Matchroom. Yeah,
great signing. Unified. He was a unified cruiserweight champion, and I think he's gonna be a dominant force at heavyweight as well. You know, with the likes of Usyk also coming up, maybe there's a fight down the road, a rematch between those two at heavyweight, further down the line. So it's exciting to have him on board, and we're building up a strong team of heavyweights right now. You know, we just announced Michael Hunter's signed, Filip Hrgovic recently, looking at a couple of others as well. So it's good times.
Okay. So that's not a co-promotional deal. He's fully with Matchroom, yeah.
Murat Gassiev.
Yeah.
No, it is with Warriors Boxing.
Okay.
And ULAF. So yeah,
right.
It's a co-promotional deal.
Okay. Shame about Ryder Lemieux. Lemieux's pulled out with with an injury, but I'm guessing John Ryder's still on the card. Yeah, we're working with Golden Boy now. Looking at a couple of opponents. Working with Golden Boy at the WBA, and hopefully we'll be able to announce something very soon for that. Will it be likely that will still be chief support to Canelo Jacobs though?
I think so. Obviously, a big part is that Lemieux is one of Golden Boy's other star fighters, so it's probably where the position it was in. It's a big fight, but I'm not sure what they'll do now. We'll find out. But you know, it's good of Golden Boy working closely with them to try and replace that fight.
Okay. Obviously, there was some massive news a couple of days ago. Big Baby Miller. Really disappointing, Frank.
Yeah, I mean, we're as shocked as everyone else. Everyone was really looking forward to that fight on June 1st. Great build-up it would have been. You know, we'd already seen with the first couple of press conferences and all the media around the fight. But we've now got to build. We've now got to carry on with our plans. June 1st, Madison Square Gardens. AJ's will be here in New York, and it's our job now to go and deliver a suitable opponent.
I'm guessing it's caused you a fair amount of stress on this trip.
Yeah, it was. To be honest, I landed. When did I land? I landed, and I got a phone call when I landed and found out about it, and it was a great way to land and arrive in New York. But it's one of those things, you know. Unfortunately, it's the business we're in. It happens. We've seen it before. And you know, we've had pull-outs before at late notice from other, from injuries, for example, Pulev, and we brought Takam in at 2 weeks' notice. So, you know, it's what we do. We've got to stay calm and go out and find as I say, a suitable replacement.
Before we come on to like what the process is to sort of deal with that and get a new opponent in, what's your personal opinion? We're seeing it time and time again now. High-profile fighters failing drugs tests, whether they are cheating or they're just innocent in that process. They are, at the end of the day, failing a test. We've had it with Canelo, we've had it with Billy Joe, we've had it with Miller now.
Yeah.
How do we solve this issue?
I mean, I think US boxing, it's a lot worse. You know, in US boxing, you don't have US-wide testing across all fighters. You know, you have it after the fights with the individual commissions, but because there's not one governing body across the US, the testing isn't in place for full-time testing.
Like
British Boxing Board of Control, UKAD can randomly test whenever they want, and that's via United Kingdom anti-doping. So we're at a great strength there, that people know they're going to get tested randomly. You know, we always put this FADA testing in place for a lot of the big fights. I think personally something needs to be done in the US, that it is more of a it's something that these fighters have to do, and I think maybe that's where they've missed in the past. You know, look, can people get unlucky and maybe take something by accident? I'm not an expert within this field, so I don't know. But you know, maybe I think if you do it more than once, there's got to be questions asked. I'm sure sometimes things have happened where a fighter has unknowingly done something. I'm sure maybe that is the case, but when you've done it twice, it's very hard to argue that case, I believe.
Are you referring to the failed test he had when he used to kickbox?
Yeah, I don't know. That was when he was in Glory in 2014, wasn't it? Look, I'm not, but that's what I don't know. I'm just saying that if it's a one-off thing, maybe maybe one of them out there, that has happened to them. They've accidentally taken something. Sure, that's happened in the past, but I think when it's happened a few times, it's. But you know, I can't go into the detail. I'm not, as I say, I'm not an expert within it. I just think more needs to be done to ensure that, you know, people who are cheating are caught, and you know, VADA do a great job with it. But I think then more needs to be put in place. I think we're lucky in the UK. We have the British Boxing Board of Control who oversee the whole sport. It's difficult in the US because it's state by state regulated. So that you know, maybe it's something we look to do with VADA as a whole, you know, across the US.
We don't know what's happened, but say he has done it intentionally. See, he's a New Yorker. He's getting the heavyweight champion of the world with 3 belts, coming to his hometown. Miller doesn't have a belt. On pay-per-view in the UK, obviously on DAZN here, as I said, in his hometown, MSG. Like, why would you throw that away?
I honestly don't know. But you know, you see so many athletes now. You know, a lot of athletes are getting caught, not just in boxing, but other sports.
Cycling all the time.
Yeah, cycling. Yeah, I mean, that's famous for it. But I don't know what goes on in people's minds. And again, I can't say too much because, you know, I'm sure there'll be arguments from every side as to, you know, he came out yesterday and said, or a couple of days ago and said, I haven't taken anything, I'll fight my corner, you know, etc. But it's very, very strange. It's no good for the sport, is it? It's not what you want, especially in a sport as dangerous as boxing. You know, I'm not saying it should be done in any sport, but if you're in running, then the risk on the competitor is not the same as it is in boxing. You know, you're going in there and could potentially hurt someone, or you know. So
well, if something, God forbid, did happen in the ring, where someone was found that they were cheating, would that surely become like a police matter, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's ever happened. You know, people have been tested and caught after fights, but you know, again, not too sure what the sort of situation is there. But you know, it's not good for the sport overall, and we need to carry on stamping down on that. And I think VADA are doing a great job with it.
What have DAZN said about it?
I think that, you know, you got all these, but you got DAZN, you got MSG, you got Sky Sports. That we have to, you know, we work with them all the time. And we have to take into account all their thoughts. Obviously, they're shocked as well, but they understand. Unfortunately, it's the business we're in. It's also out of everyone's control. You know, I can't change anything. You can't change. Eddie can't change. You know, unfortunately, it's happened. So it's just about how you deal with it now, really. Got to stay calm, as I say, and work with all the various parties to come up with the suitable solution.
So you found out on Tuesday. It's now Friday.
Was it Tuesday?
Was it Tuesday?
Yeah, Tuesday. Yeah. Yeah.
So you found out on Tuesday about it. It's now Friday. What have you and Eddie been doing since then?
Yeah. Well, so we've been working. I've been working closely with our partners. So obviously DAZN, Madison Square Gardens. Eddie's been speaking to Sky while he's been back in the UK, obviously, and speaking to a number of fighters. You know, to try and put something in place that, as I say, will be a suitable solution. So, you know, we're working tirelessly to come up with, you know, Eddie's up around the clock. He's been texting me at 3 in the morning, waking up, can't sleep. But, you know, this is the business we're in, so we understand it. It's not the first time that something like this has happened, and, you know, we're gonna work to find the right replacement.
When the news came out on Twitter, my first reaction was Dylan White. But then, you know, thinking about it, Joshua White rematch is probably more suitable for Wembley rather than here.
Yeah, I mean, it would sell out Wembley Stadium. But also Dillian's got his own plans. He's fighting in July. You know, so
we can rule Dylan out of this.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You know, there's a number of other opponents we're working on. Everyone's got their view on who it should be, but you know, they're not in it doing the, you know, trying to arrange it. So there's a number of factors that go into this, and you know, some people say not enough time. Some people purely just price themselves out of it. You know, if they don't want it, they'll say some ludicrous figure, and you know, but no one sees every side of it. You know, AJ will fight. AJ wants to fight anyone.
He wants Ortiz, doesn't he?
I think, yeah, look, he'll fight. Like I say, he will fight anyone. That's what he's in this business for. That's what he's shown throughout the years, and he's not scared of a challenge. Obviously, look, it's not great for his preparation either, but he is the ultimate professional. He's in camp, he's training, and sight's still set on June 1st.
What do you reckon the likelihood of Luis Ortiz being the opponent is? It's only 6-7 weeks, so.
I think, look, there's there's a list of 7 or 8 names, and we're working through them all.
Okay. Yeah, so obviously that's a bit of a headache it's been for the last few days.
But it's the business we're in. We've got to show why we're the best at what we do, and you know, go out and find someone there.
Okay. Amir Khan.
Yeah. It's very calm.
He is.
Very chill.
Very calm.
Very calm. Very relaxed. He's done this so many times, hasn't he? At the highest level.
Yeah, the experience is not a new thing.
No.
No.
And being in against the best as well. You know, like, don't get me wrong, Terence Crawford, as I've said, pound for pound, one of the best fighters in the world, but Amir has also been in with some of the greatest fighters of his time as well. You know, he's never shied away from a challenge, and this is no difference. And that, I think that helps him, that he can go in there and, you know, it's nothing new to him.
We've had Canelo Fielding, where there's a pound for pound fighter involved. We've had Lomachenko Krolla, another pound for pound fighter involved. Now, in their own right, Rocky Fielding and Anthony Krolla, very good fighters. There's no shame in stepping up to that level and losing like they did. But without disrespecting, I think comparing this one, where Amir, if you look at his wins on his resume and the fights he's been in, and the amount of fights he's had over here, high profile fights, this is definitely more competitive, on paper at least anyways, rather than them two.
Yeah, you know, like as you say, Rocky Fielding, he won a world title. It was a shot that Canelo wanted to win the world title at another weight. So, you know, same as the Krolla fight as well. Why would you turn these fights down?
No, mandatory.
Yeah, he's a mandatory. He's worked his way up there. He's been a world champion. Why would you ever turn these fights down? So, and also they went in there, they gave 100%, and you know, there are levels in this sport. You know, Lomachenko is again another probably one of the best fighters in the world. Canelo up there, one of the best fighters in the world. These guys, Rocky Fielding and Anthony Krolla, have already proved themselves within the sport. You know, but they want to. It's fair play to them. They want to show. They want to go in there against the best, which a lot of fighters don't. A lot of fighters, you know, they don't want to go. They don't want to test themselves all the time. Those guys went in there. They tested themselves, and as long as they gave it 100%. Then you know they should be happy in their mind, and the fans should say, "Do you know what? You showed a lot of balls. A lot of people don't want to fight these guys. Well done." You know, I think the British culture is one of those put people down. Like it's the same with Amir Khan tomorrow night. Rather than put him down and you know say he's not got a chance or Terence Crawford's too good, why don't you just sit there and go, "Do you know what? Good luck, son. Go in there, do the business, and if you don't win, you've given it your all, and if you do win, you've shocked everyone." So, yeah, look, Amir has been around for a long time. As I say, he's taken on the toughest tests. So I think he's very, you know, he's been up there at this level. So that's why he's probably suited for this type of fight. It's a big fight for Crawford's career.
Yeah, it's his biggest name.
I think so. Yeah, I definitely think so. You know, you think how many years has Amir Khan been around as well?
15.
Yeah, from the Olympics and all the way through, and he's been at sort of that highest level, and media focus and sort of public focus for that whole time. He's a huge name,
especially here as well.
Yeah, because obviously he came here very early in his career. So no, look, he's not overlooking what he's got ahead of him, but he's confident in his own ability, and everyone's seen over the years the ability he does have, and he's going to go in there and give it 100% on Saturday night.
When it was first announced at the Landmark Hotel,
Yeah.
I remember that press conference in January, I think overall in the UK it was disappointment because we thought we were getting Calmbrook. But now you're here on Fight Week, you're at Madison Square Garden, you've got a WBO world title to go for, a pound for pound sort of status to go for, and you're fighting Terence Crawford. It's like, put yourself in that position, would you really refuse that? Like, it's hard to turn that down.
Look, they were both massive fights. The Calmbrook fight was a massive fight as well. But Amir obviously had different views of what he wanted. He wanted to become a world champion again. He wanted to test himself against pound for pound one of the best fighters in the world. So, again, you have to respect that. And I personally think the Calmbrook fight is still there.
Ooh, did you watch my interview with Kel yesterday?
Yeah, I saw it, yeah. He said he's here to watch Terence Crawford, didn't he?
Well, he said forget Calm.
Yeah.
Is that a bit tongue-in-cheek, you reckon?
I don't know, look, I think it's still a massive fight for both of them. But also the Crawford fight is a huge fight. That's Ahmed Khan is looking at. Calmbrook is looking at. So, you know, we have to do what's right for both of the guys. We've worked with Kel for a long time. He's also never shied away from a test. Gennady Golovkin, Errol Spence, you know, didn't get the results in those fights, but he gave it. You know, the Gennady Golovkin fight, he gave it everything. Coming up 2 weight divisions as well there. Errol Spence, he looked great, and I think the injuries and, you know, caught up with him in that.
And Spence is terrific. So.
Yeah, but I think Calmbrook was beating him in that fight. You know,
definitely the first 5-6 rounds.
Yeah. So yeah, you know, I think Kel has also shown the level he can be at as well. So, you know, for both of them, there's still more big fights down the line.
All right, when we had Lomachenko Crawler, obviously it was on a Top Rank show and on ESPN Plus. But Matchroom on their socials were really pushing it. A lot of stuff was going out for Lomachenko. Now I know this is a weird dynamic because it's Amir's last fight with Matchroom on this contract. Is that correct?
Yeah.
And it's also on obviously BT Sport pay-per-view. And I haven't, to be honest, seen much on social media.
To be honest, we've been pushing it after each, you know, the press conference, after the weigh-in today, Saturday. You'll see stuff, and we've had people reply to us saying, "Why are you publicising this?"
Well, it's your fighter. So.
I know, exactly. So, but I get that. But that's what people are saying on the social media post. But you know, look, we've got our exclusive deal with Sky Sports, and we're with DAZN as well. So there has to be levels of input we have in shows. You know, we probably did a bit less when a fight's in the US that's not our show. We don't obviously have our team of 8 social media and PR travelling for it, because we can't do that, because it's not our complete show. It's co-promotion on Saturday night. We're still pushing it on social media, but bear in mind we've also got our own show on Saturday on DAZN and Sky Sports. So
okay.
It's nothing to do with it's Amir's. You know, we want to work with Amir after this.
Okay.
I think we've enjoyed working with Amir. I think Amir's enjoyed working. We've had a good relationship with each other, and you know, we don't stand in fighters' way for taking other opportunities, like you see here.
So win or lose, you're looking to sort of renew that contract with Amir?
I think, yeah, we'd love to carry on working with Amir. He's been great to deal with. Good team around him, and I think we've both done a good job. You know, live at Echo Arena for his first fight back, we sold out. Birmingham, we had about 8,000 there.
Did like 1 million, didn't he, on Sky?
Yeah, it was huge numbers, and I think he's been good. It's been good for both of us. So, you know, we're still up for working with Amir. Spent a lot of time with him this week. It's good.
Frank, have you caught up with Tunde Ajayi's latest interviews and comments?
No, I saw him at the airport the other day.
Saw him at the air?
Yeah, I was when I was flying out here. I was in the lounge, and in walks Tunde Ajayi and Anthony Yard.
Oh,
I get on quite well with Anthony Yard. I'd
nice
never met. Yeah, really nice kid. I'd never met Tunde. But he came up and took a selfie with me.
Really?
Yeah, and said, "Get the Matchroom logo in." So, you know, like I actually said to Anthony and Tunde, if I ever want like a cheerleader in my corner, no, but do you know what? Like someone to back my corner, it's him.
Yeah.
Because whatever you think about him, he's getting views. I mean, how many views has your video got with?
Well, a Tunde Ajayi video will normally get 9 or 10k. Let me check what it's on.
He creates.
Dave Allen a fat bastard or something.
I know, but Dave Allen can come back with whatever he wants. I'm not sure Dave Allen cares about Tunde Ajayi, to be honest. But whatever, he's a character, isn't he? He's creating opinions, whether you like him or not. I don't know him well enough, but I find his interviews quite funny.
31k.
Yeah,
which is a lot.
He's funny. I mean, I don't know. I think some of his comments, like
the Andre Ward.
Andre Ward, he's Anthony Yard's bet. I've never watched Andre Ward. It's like, oh, right. But as he says, I suppose he's in the Anthony Yard business. That's all he cares about. So good luck to him. Good luck to Anthony Yard.
Yeah.
Like, take away from Sunday thing. You can have whatever thought you have on him. Good luck to him. He gets that world title shot. No, good luck.
Well, listen, if he goes and beats Kovalev, you know, next year or the year after, him and Boatsy for a world title. Boatsy might have a world title himself. Who knows? It'll be unification. That would be ridiculous.
It's a massive fight. But yeah, I think sometimes you have to take a step away from, like, everyone takes it too seriously. You got 50 minutes with him, didn't you?
Yeah.
What were you talking about?
He was going in on Darren
Come on,
Barker.
give me some point. Yeah, like, but also I actually saw a bit about Darren Barker. Darren Barker's done more in the sport than Tunde has. So Tunde, give him some respect.
Well, actually, Tunde said he's never won a world title. Like, that's a butt in and say, well, he has. He's won
but I don't think he has a knowledge of boxing. When you listen to him,
in terms of other fighters,
but like,
yeah,
again, like he says, he's just in the Anthony Yard business, which, fine, fair play to him. But I don't think you can have comments on people if you don't know what you're talking about. Personally,
well,
do you know what I mean? Though?
They was here in New York, and I said, "Are you staying for Crawford Khan?" And it was like,
"Where is it?" I didn't know it was happening. Yeah, I know.
I was like, it's round the corner.
That's what he said to me. He said, "What are you doing there at the airport?" I went, "I'm going to New York." What for? But look, they got their own business to deal with. But he's funny. He's creating opinions, right or wrong.
We're sat here talking about it.
Yeah, exactly. So. Right or wrong. Who else did he talk about?
He talked about Kevin Mitchell, Dave Allen, Eddie, Carl Frampton.
I saw the Dave Allen thing, and I thought, like, why are you saying he's fat? Like, he looks in great shape as well, Dave Allen. Weighed in just now.
Yeah.
Again, Carl Frampton, what he's done in the sport, you can't really question him. So.
I don't know whether he's trying to take all the pressure of Anthony and put it on himself.
No, I think he's just an interesting character. I think that's just him. He's just a bit different, isn't he? But good luck to him.
All right,
Emirates Stadium, aren't they? That's where they go.
Looks like it's going to Moscow.
Is it?
Well, have you heard the report?
$4.2 million.
I think that's where they managed to go.
Did he
Russia.
talk about that?
He didn't want to comment on it, but they didn't want to go Russia. But then this reported figure come out, and now they want to go Russia. So something must have happened.
I'd swim to Russia for that.
Frank Smith, thank you very much for talking to IFL TV. So you're out here for 3 more weeks?
Yeah, so we got this weekend. AHMED Khan go out there, do the job. Then we have LA next weekend. Rung Savai Estrada, Dehani Rahman, Jesse Vargas against Soto. Quigg unfortunately has had to pull out.
When was this announced?
Just now, actually, it was just released.
Okay.
Unfortunately, but we've got Anthony Sims Jr.'s on the card. Austin Ammo Williams makes his professional debut. You got Pacheco. You've got Shakram Gyasov. So that's a stack card.
What's happened with Scott?
I think he's had to pull out. I think he suffered a small injury.
Right.
But you know, find out some more details on that. And then the week after, May 4th,
the big one.
The big one, Canelo Jacobs, massive fight. You know, everyone's sort of overlooking Jacobs in this because since DAZN signed Golovkin, that's the fight they're all talking about for September. But I think that's spurring Danny on even more to go out there and knock or do the job on Canelo Alvarez. So it's not. I think it's a tough fight for both of them. Well, obviously
50-50,
for Jacob, but I think Danny's got a real chance to do this. When you've been through what he's been through in his life, like what have you got to be worried about? When you say you're never going to walk again, and then you're never going to box again, like, and he's got to where he's got to, you just go out there and give it everything, don't you? So I think he could upset some plans there. Huge night, and then, you know, as I say, we'll announce some details on Ryder soon. Working with Golden Boy to keep him on the card. So it's a busy few weeks. Then Usyk May 2, yeah. So we've got Nottingham May 10th.
Oh yeah, next gen.
We've got Usyk May 25th. That's a great fight against
Brilliant
Takam. Tough test to come into for your first fight. We're going to announce a few undercard fights for that in the next few days. Possibly, looking at it, there might be one or two. June 1st.
Massive.
Got to work on that. You'll see news on that hopefully early next week.
The undercard is huge, like in terms of the
yeah, the names on there. So obviously the announcements have been a bit delayed with everything going on, but we'll work on that. Get some more news out next week, and then the rest of June we'll be working on. Soon we've got a show in Italy, possibly looking at another show in US. You've got Gennady Golovkin, Steve Rolls on the 8th of June at Madison Square Gardens as well. So it's great times, nice and busy. And if the people who made these t-shirts have an extra large, it would be appreciated. And also I'd just like to say happy birthday to my missus. She's next door. It's her birthday.
How old?
25.
Okay. I'll have to wish her happy birthday as well. Alright, nice one, Frank. And
thanks, mate.
We'll catch up after
the fight.
Crawford Khan, yeah.